Okay, hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So today we're going to talk about 3 New Year's resolutions that I made that are related to photography. So I feel like these resolutions are something that I set as goals for myself this year, and it's to help me not only better myself as a photographer but to have more fun when I'm actually taking photos as well. Okay, so these resolutions here are something that I'm already trying to implement, so that's why I'm in the middle of a forest. I'm trying to get some shots, and the shots that I want to get are related to all the resolutions that I'm going to talk about as well. Stick around to the end of the video to see how these tips might affect you, or maybe you might want to set these resolutions as your own as well this year in order to spice up your photography game, or just, fall in love with photography again. So one of the resolutions that I set for myself is for me to be able to master a new genre of photography. So a little bit of backstory as to where I started photography and where I actually took up professional photography. So I started as a wedding photographer initially. I was an apprentice at a company, and then eventually I went on to take some of my own wedding photos as well. Some of my wedding photos for other people as well. So I eventually left that job because I found that weddings weren't really what I really wanted to shoot. And it's not something that I wanted to build my whole portfolio around, because I find that eventually I would have, got stuck in those kind of jobs, and then in the end I wouldn't really enjoy actually taking photos and the process of it. So I eventually moved to events, and for events the same kind of story happened. I kind of got good at taking event photos, and I started to take repetitive event photos, and yeah, that was the thing, they were all repetitive. It's kind of like a formula that you follow every single time, and then when you follow it, then you get the desired shots that the clients want. And that's pretty much it. You don't have much creative freedom in certain events, especially not the events that I was doing. So my whole resolution kind of ties into all of this, which is I want to fall in love with photography again, meaning that I want to try to take a different style of photos. So this ties into any of you who are watching who find that you don't really have passion in taking photos anymore. Try a different kind of style. So maybe you can try, like for me, I'm trying landscape right now, so that's why I'm in the middle of nature. Okay, so doing this kind of stuff will actually help me spice up my photography, in my opinion. It helps me to kind of find a new frame of how I'm going to do things and learn completely different techniques. So I'm taking a quick break for taking photos right now, and I want to talk about the second resolution that I've made for this year. So my second resolution is that I want to go to more places. And what I mean by this is not necessarily travel, because I know that might not be a feasible goal for me because of money reasons. But the thing is that I want to be able to go to different locations near me. So, like example, this place, it's an amazing place and it's really beautiful. And the thing is that it's just an hour drive from my house. And from where I'm staying, that's considered like an actually pretty near location. So I feel like this goal / resolution here for me is to allow me to actually discover places that I wouldn't have been to before because I dismissed them because they are local and nearby as well. And I feel like this will train me eventually to also see the beauty in things that might not necessarily be seen by me usually. So what I mean by this is that, this is a beautiful place. Like, in fact, right over there's a really nice sunbeam hitting a rock, and I managed to capture it just now. And usually I wouldn't really go hunting for places like this, but I want to open my eyes a bit and realize that, beauty is all around us, and it's supposed to be your job as a photographer to capture it all no matter where you are. I feel like this is a relatable resolution because I'm pretty sure all of us have places near us where we want to go shoot as well. However, the thing is that we might not necessarily think that it will make amazing photos. So yeah, I would urge you guys to go out and just try. You never know what beauty might be just in your backyard. So my third and final resolution as a photographer would be to share more of my photos. I want to be able to have other people see them because I feel like recently I've been kind of picky with what I do show and what I don't show. Yeah, I hope the audio is okay because I'm sitting right next to the waterfall, but yeah, as I was saying, I want to be able to show more than tell. I don't want to be saying to people, oh, I went to this place to shoot this and it was quite fun. I want to be able to show them the fruits of my labor. I feel like as photographers, sometimes we tend to not really post stuff, or we tend to edit things and keep it to ourselves for memories. But I feel like it's also important to share with others. So that leads into all of this, which is I'm trying to show you guys what I am taking photos of and how I'm taking photos, as well as what equipment I'm using in order to get said photos. So yeah, speaking of sharing, I did not manage to record much footage up there because it was quite a steep hike on the way up to the waterfall that I wanted to take photos of. Because it's something that I've been trying differently compared to what I usually do, I feel like it's one of my favorite photos that I've taken in the past year at least. So the waterfall up there was pretty nice, and even though it was hard to get to, I feel like it was worth the effort that I put into getting it. It was pretty dangerous on the way up, but I feel like, you know, sometimes it's quite exhilarating to put yourself in dangerous situations where you know that you are safe in. Yeah, that wraps up my list of New Year's resolutions as a photographer. If you guys have any of your own, feel free to leave them in the comments because I would like to see if I can add any to my list, and you can share as well if you feel like all of this is helpful to you. So thank you guys so much for your time, and if you have any suggestions on future videos as well, feel free to leave them in the comments too.